everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to try to implement a dark mode in React apps. And as you can see in here, this is the final project what we are going to building. And this is very simple. And as you can see in the top right in here, we have the moon icon. If I click the moon icon, now we have the dark mode. If I click that again, which is the sun icon right here, now we on light mode. All right, so as you can see in the right side in here, we're storing the value into the local storage. If I select dark mode, now as you can see in here, we have value dark. So every time I refresh, now we still get the dark, okay? Because the value is stored in local storage. That's happened with a light mode as well. So if I choose like and I refresh, it's still light, okay? So that's what we are going to building, guys. And the first thing what we need to do is I want to stop the final project, close that, and let's open the VS Code. In here, I have already running yarn create space React dash app and dot. This will be generate create React app in this current folder, which is React dark light mode folder. Okay, I have already doing this, so let's run the app. I can say yarn start, enter. This is React apps by default, so let's go to the code. I want to remove couple file in here. I'm gonna remove the setup test.js, service worker, logo, and the index.css, the app test.js, and the app.css. And inside the source folder, now we just have app.js and index.js. So let's open the index.js file. Let's remove the index.css. We don't need that. We need to remove the service worker and this thing right here. Okay, just make that simple. So save, and now let's go to app.js. Just close this. So let's remove the logo and the header tag right here. Just put h1, and I'm gonna say wait h1 and app. Save. Now what's this app.css? So let's get rid of this. Now we should have app in the browser. Okay, pretty awesome. So now inside the source folder, I want to create a folder called components. And the first thing what we need to do is I want to create the content components, which is the h1 and paragraph and the button right here. So let's go to the components. I'm going to create a file, just say content.js, and I'm using extension called ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native snippets. So I can say rafc to create functional path component and enter. Now we have functional path component. So we can just say h1 and let's say lorem 6 and paragraph. I'm gonna say lorem 3d, and let's say down here I'm gonna say button, let's say read more. Okay, now save. And of course it's not showing in here because we don't yet import that into the app.js. So let's import that in here. So we can say import content from /component/ content. So let's bring in the content inside in here. Okay, so let's say content like so. Now save. We should see the content in here. Bam. So we need to install a package called styles component. So let's open a new terminal. I'm gonna say yarn add styles style component, I believe, and hit enter. All right, so it's done. If I open the package.json file, now in here we should see style components. All right, so let's use that into app.js file. We can say import style from style components. And we need to create a variable called container, set that equals to style dot div, and backtick in here, and we can write CSS in here. For example, I just want to say background into red. Now if I save, of course not do anything because container is declared but never used. All right, so let's copy that and put that into the div right here. We wrap everything inside a container like so. Now if I save, now we should see a background red. Okay, pretty cool. We don't need that. We don't need the background red in here. We need to say maximal width. I'm gonna say 50%, and let's make that center. So I can say margin 8 gram top and auto left and right, and the button and the bottom I want to say a 0. Okay, let's try to save, and here we go. Cool. So next, inside a source folder, I'm gonna create folder. For now, just say styles, and let's create a file in here. Just say use a dark mode.js. All right, let's close this terminal. I want to make that smaller. So let's say rafc, enter, and we don't need to return JSX in here. We need to just return array, and we don't need to React. We need to use state. Okay, and let's create a state in here. Let's say cons. Let's give a name theme and set theme. Set that equals to use state, and by default I want to set that into dark. Okay, and we need to create another function in here. Let's say cons. Let's give a name toggle theme. Set that equals to arrow function, and I'm going to check if the theme is equal to a dark. I want to set the theme to the light, else we need to set the theme into the dark. Okay, what the meaning about this? If the toggle theme is fire, let's see the final project. If the toggle theme is fire and the theme is equal to dark, we need to set the theme to the light. Okay, now this is dark, right? If I click this, now set theme light is fire. Okay, else meaning the theme is light, which is now if I click that, it should be changing the theme value into the dark. Okay, the dark. All right, I hope that makes sense. So let's returning the theme and the toggle theme. Okay, save, and let's go to app.js file. We need to import the use dark mode in here. So let's import use a dark mode from /styles/ use a dark mode, and we need to say in here, let's say cons, we need to grab the theme and what is this, toggle theme. All right, so that equals to, need to invoke the use dark mode in here. Okay, if I console.log theme, of course now we should see dark in console. So let's try to save and see. Control-Shift-G and dark. Okay, the next thing is we need to create a toggle, which is the icon right here. So let's create a component. Inside the components folder, I'm going to create a file called a toggle.js. Okay, so let's bring in the rafc again, enter, and let's put h1 for now, just say toggle. Save, and let's import that into app.js file. Down here we can say import toggle from /components/toggle. Okay, let's bringing that into inside a container right here. Let's do toggle. If I save, now we should see a toggle up here. Okay, cool. And by the way, we need to send the theme and the toggle theme into the toggle component. So you can say toggle set that equals to toggle is come from here. Not toggle. What happened to me? It should be theme and theme. Okay, it's come from here. And we need to, of course, send the toggle theme. So toggle theme, set that equals to toggle theme. Save, and let's go back to the toggle.js file. And we need to grab the theme and the toggle theme as a property in here. So we can grab that, say toggle, and set toggle. No, set toggle. What is this? Toggle theme. All right, of course, toggle theme. Yeah. Okay. Now let's try to console.log the theme. If we see dark in the console, everything's work. Now save. Really? Okay, this is theme and this is toggle theme. Let's make sure it's work. It's what happened. I can't speak anymore, guys, but let's try to save and let's see in the console we have dark. Okay, awesome. So in div right here, if I add on click event on click, set that equals to toggle theme. Okay, if I save now, if I click the toggle right here, it should be changing the value. Light, dark, light, dark. Okay, awesome. So inside a div right here, we need to return icon is depend on the theme value. Okay, we can say theme if equal to like, we need to return a moon icon. Okay, if the like, we need to return moon icon. So I have already put my moon icon in here, which is the SVG right here. I can just copy and put that in here like so. And else we need to say sun icon. Okay, let's just copy this thing right here and put that in here. Okay, like so. Now save. Let's see in the browser. And in the console now we have couple warning. That means we should use camel case in stroke width, in stroke line cape, and stroke line join. Okay, so let's go to the toggle.js. Let's select the stroke width. We need to remove and change that into stroke width with couple camel case. And let's looking for stroke line cape. Let's copy and say stroke line cape. And another thing is stroke line join. Okay, let's just Control D and stroke line join. Save. Now we don't have any warning in the console. Everything is clean, but we cannot see the icon right here. That's because by default we have a dark theme, right? And dark theme have icon which is sun, and sun have a color white. That's why we don't see the sun icon in here. If I click that, now we have moon icon. Okay, cool. So inside the style folder, I'm gonna create a file called a global style.js. So in here we need to create a global style. So we need to import create global style. This is from style component, style dash components, and we need to export variable in here to say const. I'm going to give a name global styles. Set that equals to create global style. Create global style backtick, and we need to write CSS in here. Okay. For now, I want to grab the body and change the background into red, for example. When I save, and let's go back to app.js, we need to import that in here. Import global styles from /styles/global style. So let's bring in the global style inside a container right here. We need to bring in here, let's say global global style. Okay, if I save, now we should see a background red. Okay, that's working. It's come from here. Okay, so down here we need to create another variable. Let's say export cons like theme, set that equals to object, and for the body we need to set that into white, and for the text we need to set that into, let's say 121212. Okay, and let's just copy this thing right here and put that down here. This should be a dark theme, and for the body we need to say 121212, and the text should be white. Okay, now save. So next we need to import the light theme and dark theme into the app.js file. So in here we can say light theme and dark theme. Okay, so we need to import the theme provider, come from style component. So you can say theme provider, and we need to wrap our app right here inside a theme provider. So let's copy that and put that in here like so. And we need to just copy the container and put that inside a theme provider. And in here we can say theme set that equals to I'm going to create a variable called theme mode. Okay, so let's create up here, let's say cons theme mode, so that equals to if the theme is equal to like, we need to use the like theme. Okay, like so, else we need to use the dark theme. All right, so now save. So now we need to grab the body object right here and put that into the background value. Okay, it's depend on what user choice. If user choice a like, okay, the theme is like, we need to use the like theme. Like theme have a object right here. Okay, the body is white, the text is dark. Okay, or if user choice a dark, for example, okay, which is the dark theme right here, it should be fire, and dark theme have object body dark and text white. We can grab the value inside in here. We can say we need to grab the theme and we need to grab the theme.body. Okay, so now save and let's go back. Now this is dark. Okay, if I click the icon, now this is white. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So now we need to change the color as well. So let's do in here, we can say text, and we need to just copy this thing right here and put that in here. And instead of using a body, we need to using the text. All right, so let's copy and put that in here, save. Now if we on the dark mode, we see, wait, no, not text, should be color. Save and let's see, now it's white. Okay, if I click, it's changing. Okay, awesome. So next we need to styling the button right here. So let's go to content.js file. We need to add class name in here. Let's say class name, set that equals to btn-primary. Save and let's go back into the global styles, and we need to grab the btn primary class, and in here we need to say the background into we need to add another in here. Let's say primary, we need to say 6200 EE, and for the dark theme we need to say primary BB86FC. Okay, so let's try to put that into the background right here. We need to just copy this thing right here and paste that in here like so, and we need to grab the primary. This should be background not background, cd background, and we need to change the color into this thing right here, and we need to say the padding, let's set that into 0.5 rem top and bottom and 1.5 rem top and left and right. We need to change the font size into 1 rem, and let's say the border radius into 1 rem. Let's say cursor pointer and outline none, and border, let's say none. Okay, now save, and let's take a look in the browser. Now we have beautiful button right here. If I click, it's changing. Okay, so let's add transition. I'm gonna say transition, say all 0.5 second and linear. Okay, now save. If I change that, now we have the transition. Okay, of course we need to just copy and put that in here. Save, and let's try it again. Bam, bam. Okay, beautiful. So next, let's put the icon into the top right. So let's go to the toggle.js. We need to import style from style component. What's that? Style dash component, and we need to create a variable called sun and moon. Okay, and in here we can say sun set that equals to moon, set that equals to style dot svg, because we need to change this svg right here into the sun or moon. Okay, so we can say position into absolute and put that into top to rem, and right, let's say 4 rem. Okay, so now we need to change the svg, this thing right here, into moon. Of course we need to add moon right there, and this thing right here, say moon, and this should be the sun. All right, save, and let's see what we have for now. Refresh. We have some error in here. What a problem. It should be moon. Okay, now save. Let's take a look again. Okay, let's put that in here, but we need to add the transition, of course. So let's copy the transition. We need to just copy and put that in here. Save, and now everything is work and everything is awesome. All right, cool. So now if I, for example, choose light mode, and if I refresh, it should be back to the dark mode, because the value is not stored in the local storage. So how that we can store the value into the local storage? So we need to create function in here. I'm gonna say set mode, set that equals to arrow function, and I'm gonna say window dot local storage dot set item, and let's give a name theme, and I'm going to put the mode right here. Okay, so instead of using set theme right here, we need to say set mode, like so. Okay, and inside a set mode function, we need to say set theme equals to everything the mode is. Okay, so we need to put the mode right here. So next we need to import use effect from React. So use effect, and we need to use down here, let's say use effect, and like so, and we need to put empty array because the use effect right here, it should be fire every time I reload the browser. Okay, so let's create a variable called local theme. Set it equals to, we need to grab the value in the local storage. Window.local storage, we need to use method called .get item. Okay, and the item what we need to get is basically theme. It's come from here. Where's that? Come from here. Okay, and we need to check if local theme is true, meaning if we have a value, we need to set the theme into wherever the local theme value. Okay, or else we need to set the mode into the dark, like so. Now save. All right, so now in storage right here we have key theme and value dark. If I click the icon right here, the value should be like. Okay, if I refresh, it's still like, of course. Okay, the next thing is I want to use Roboto Font, so I can just click Roboto right here, and let's select the like 300. And I'm going to put that into the HTML. I just copy that and open my public index.html and put the link in here. Okay, save, and to use that, we just copy this thing right here and go to the global styles and put that in here. Okay, now save. Let's take a look. Bam. We can add a paragraph, line height, by the way. Say line height into 1.4 rem. Now save, and here we go. All right, so now let's close this thing right here. And if I click the dark mode, we have dark mode. If I click light mode, everything is work. And if I refresh, it still get the light mode. Okay, or even dark mode. If I refresh, still dark mode. Okay. All right, so I think that's it for this video, guys, and I hope you learned something new from this video, and I'm gonna see you in a very next video. Bye.